Hello and welcome to today's video, and in this video we'll talk about one of the most defamed men in Indian history, and that is Tipu Sultan. In fact, about Tipu Sultan we'll talk about one specific event for which he is blamed across the country. While they blame him for this diabolical attack, they don't tell you why the attack happened to begin with, and that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Very niche, very important, but before that, my name is Salim Khan. I'm an educator, I'm an author, I have published books like Tipu, Shere My Sword. Do consider getting this book. We have debunked a lot of things about Tipu that gets talked about, and my objective is to connect Muslim youth to their history and their legacy. My motto is to leave this world full of Muslim youth who are aware of what their ancestors contributed to make this world a better place to live, be inspired by them, and soar great heights. Today's video is going to be a bit controversial, so be it. Somebody has to give a counter to what is happening in our country. Somebody has to come out and talk facts and refute rubbish. Today's topic is Tipu Sultan and the attack on Travancore lines. Travancore was a very small kingdom neighboring Tipu Sultan's mighty Mysore Empire. While the situation was hostile between the two empires, which is generally the case with many kingdoms, Tipu was unhappy about one specific thing, and that is growing presence and influence of the British around Mysore. Tipu did not want the British to hover anywhere close to his kingdom because he knew that East India Company was not a trading firm. They were masquerading as innocuous and innocent trading companies, but Tipu was completely aware that these people are here to capture and occupy and then leech all the money to their country. So when the British started encircling Mysore, he started becoming very apprehensive about the whole situation. The British had a policy, a tactic basically, to control kingdom, and that tactic was called subsidiary alliance system. As per this alliance system, the British smartly would go to a particular king or a sultan and tell them, look, Mysore is getting stronger and you are weak. Mysore can attack you anytime and you will have nothing to defend yourself. So use our army, keep our army at standby, and we will help you in defending your kingdom. All you have to do is just pay the wages for the army and upkeep them. So they achieved two things. Number one, if military control goes in the hands of the British would acquire complete dominance over that kingdom. Two, they did not have to shell a single penny out to maintain that army. Tipu understood that, and the same offer was given to Tipu, and Tipu declined it. He said, no, I don't need it. I know exactly what you want. I see through what your intentions are, so I'm not going to sign up. So they started encircling Tipu's kingdom. They went to Nizam, did the same thing. They went to Marathas, did the same thing. They went to Raja Rama Varma from Travancore lines and did the same thing. All okay till now. Even though Tipu was apprehensive, the British now played a divisive game. They said, hey, Raja Ram, why don't you buy two forts that Dutch are selling? The Ayakotta fort and Cranganore fort. There was one problem though. Those forts were within the territory of Tipu Sultan in Cochin. So if Travancore kingdom bought those forts, it would be as good as entering the territory of Tipu Sultan. But the British told the Travancore king, look, we are here for you. We will support you. Tipu will not attack you because you are our ally. You are in alliance with us. Don't worry about it. So Raja Ram fell for it and he bought those forts. Tipu was naturally angered by this, and why wouldn't he be? Think about this. Somebody enters your house and captures one of the bedrooms. Would you not fight to throw him out? Of course you would. If you turn a deaf ear and look the other side, he would capture another bedroom and thus capture the entire house. And Tipu was having none of that. So Tipu sent messengers to King Rajaram and said, let's amicably sort this out. Give these forts to me and there's no problem. Now, Rajaram has support of the British. He turned arrogant and he said, no, I'm not doing it. Do whatever you may want. They had built a defensive line across the kingdom between Mysore and Travancore called the Travancore lines. And it was thought that these lines were unassailable. Tipu will never be able to overcome that line of defense. But Tipu was an adamant man. He was an angry man. In 1789, he decided to launch an attack on Travancore kingdom. And in 1790, in the second attempt, he smashed through one section of Travancore lines and wreaked havoc at that part of Travancore kingdom. The point I'm trying to make here is they will only tell you one thing, that he went on a diabolical march to capture territories around. What they will not tell you is how the British deceived others, how the British played their games, and how they made our kingdoms fight with each other. Now that a certain part of Travancore kingdom was destroyed, the British had what they wanted. The British came out and said, oh look, you attacked our ally and we've signed an agreement. We have no other choice but to go to war with you. That is precisely what they wanted. And thus began the Third Anglo-Mysore War. This is where Lord Cornwallis comes into picture. The same Lord Cornwallis who surrendered America to the Americans and the British left from there 10 years ago, was now given the charge of the Third Anglo-Mysore War. Believe you me when I say this, Tipu had a major role to play with the British giving up America because Tipu was stretching them here. He was the only king that was stretching British resources. So they said, fine, since India is new and it is much richer than America, let's capture them. Anyway, I'm digressing. It's another video. If you want, I'll make another video. Write down in the comments. That's an amazing story in itself. But this is why Tipu had to attack the Travancore lines. If you want me to tell you how the Third Anglo-Mysore War went, I will tell that in a video, but I've described it in depth in my book, Tipu, Sher Mysore. Yes, I also talk about the Travancore lines. I even show photographs or paintings of many people who were involved with the war between Tipu and the British. And I'll leave the link to these books in the description as well as in the pinned comments. Trust me, you'll love the book. There are more than 40 photographs in this book or paintings telling you an immersive story. And if you are interested in getting my other books, again, the links are there in the description. So that's it for today's video. I will see you with another story in the next video. Assalamu alaikum.